What's going on, guys, and welcome back to 12 Days of Christmas. Here's the next full-length review. That is going to be Red 1, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Chris Evans. This is a movie I truly was not expecting to watch, but however, it's free on Prime to check out. So while I was doing some Christmas shopping online, I decided to throw it on. What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Movie Dive. On the next installment of 12 Days of Christmas, we're going to be diving into Red 1. Before we do, please do not forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive. I'll be giving away a free $50 gift card to one out of every 100 subscribers. Comment down below for a higher chance of winning, and only one winner per month. So when this movie was released in mid-November, in my Reels section, I have a series of movies that I'm not going to be watching, and I review those and tell you why I'm not going to be watching it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Movie Dive, and on another episode of Review of a Movie I'm Not Watching. No surprise here, but it's going to be Red 1. Guess what? Here we are. So like I said in the intro to this video, this movie was on Prime, so I was like, I'm in the middle of 12 Days of Christmas, so why not throw this on and talk about it a little bit. Now, of course, on these 12 Days of Christmas movies, I typically do spoilers. For Red 1, I'm still going to spoil it, I guess. I don't really know what I could say that's going to be that shocking or surprising for this movie, but you have been warned that I guess I will be spoiling this film. When Red 1 came out, it got a lot of heat. A lot of people were bashing on this movie, calling it terrible, calling it awful. Of course, it bombed at the box office, hence why it was released so soon after on Prime Video. And I will say, from my point of view, watching it from the comfort of my own home while doing Christmas shopping on my computer, I will say from that perspective, I do think the movie was overhated. To me, this was a typical straight to streaming type movie that was actually quite fun to watch if you just turn your brain off and kind of watch it. It's nothing going to blow you out of the water, but I also don't think it was terrible either. However, I mean, the issue does come with why in the world would you spend so much money to make this movie? And I don't think this movie had any business having Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Chris Evans in it. So if I did and check this out, I would feel kind of offended at the fact that they took no time in the CGI of this movie. And everything I've heard about this movie, they just talk about how Chris Evans in every single scene, all he does is react to what's going on in disbelief. Yes, that is kind of true. I'm not going to lie to you if I say that there wasn't sometimes that he did make me laugh or at least make me chuckle. I'm not like belly laughing at this movie, but there was moments I did find it kind of funny. I couldn't help to think to myself that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was on set during this movie thinking this was going to be an extreme hit. The time they're on set, I'm sure it was all big blue screen, so he probably thought the CGI was going to end up being a lot better than it actually was. And the CGI makes you think way less of the movie. And there's also quite stupid things. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is Santa Claus's, I guess, bodyguard in this film, you understand why he has superpowers. You have Chris Evans, who's just a hacker, normal little human being, but he does stuff in this movie that quite resembles Captain America or another superhero film. Now, the way I would describe this movie is like when you go to Universal Studios and you are in line for the ride, they bring you to a room and there's like kind of the pre-movie before you get on the ride, and you got the famous actors coming in who obviously looks like they were just brought in for a day in front of a green screen. That's kind of what this whole movie feels like. The actors are kind of half-assing it. They got a big payday. They kind of know what this movie is, and they think that it being a Christmas movie is just going to bring it to the finish line. Lucy Liu is in this film, and I don't think she was even acting. I think she was just talking monotone the whole time. I'm not sure if she even knew she was in a movie. Then we got the villain for this movie. Her name is Grilla. I don't even know. She's very forgettable. I don't even know how I remembered her name. Actually, I do remember because I just Googled it. But she is an extremely forgettable villain. She seems like she's straight out of Thor: The Dark World or one of those Thor movies that had bad villains. Not sure what they were going with that, but I don't know. Also, another reason I feel like this movie bombed is I think the title Red 1 is kind of odd. I feel like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or Ryan Reynolds, of course, who's not in this movie, have had some kind of film with the color red in the title like at least 10 times in the last few years. You see the large CGI polar bear in the trailer, and you see the evil snowmen CGI characters in the trailer. They're just as stupid in the movie as they look in the trailer. I could easily see if you watch this during the Christmas season with your 8 to 12-year-old with it on in the background, they might get some enjoyment out of it. Maybe when I was that young, I would have liked something stupid like this. Again, I think it is overhated. It's not an abysmal movie at all. I'm not going to put it on my worst films of the year list. Again, it's just a Christmas movie that just had no business trying to be as big and grandiose as it was. So in the end, Red 1, not as bad as everyone talks about it being. Definitely not a good film. However, I'm going to be giving Red 1 a 50 out of 100. You guys let me know what you thought about it. Comment down below. And don't forget to check out the other 12 Days of Christmas reviews in my Reels section.